Hello, everybody. The Warriors finish off the Nuggets in a thrilling Game 5, which saw Gary Payton II joining the closing lineup. DeMarcus Cousins over here. He has two screens to take, and he chooses to run off of Monte Morris's screen. Gary Payton on the backside here ends up getting caught ball watching when the ball comes into Cousins, but Bones Highland decides this is his chance to make a quick getaway. Cousins with a great quick find of Highland alone in the corner, and look where GP2 is. You'll see him do almost a cartoon character double take, like, whoa, I lost Highland. Payton has to cross more than half the court to try to contest this three, and he actually gets a piece of this shot. Incredible play. This is the triple version of the Warriors post-split. Ball goes into Otto Porter, Steph, and Gary Payton come together. One of them dives, one of them pops out, and whoever pops out gets this pin-in screen. Steph's defender is off balance and trailing pretty badly. Jeff Green alertly comes off his man here to contest Steph. Only 8 on the shot clock. They've sprung a double team on Steph. Can one of the Warriors get open? Right now, Looney, unfortunately, is the open man, so he's got to find a way to make himself dangerous. So he cuts all the way to under the basket. Otto Porter comes out to be a pressure release. So can you see in this whole mess who the open person is? This defender's going with Klay. This guy's on Looney. On OP, these two men have now embraced the whole shining defense. Steph, play with us forever and ever and ever. And yeah, there's Gary Payton II trying to look as invisible as possible. Otto Porter with a great find with 3 on the shot clock. GP2 completely open, just takes a breath and swish. This play, Cousins basically wrestles Klay for about 5 seconds. That was round 1. Now they're ready for round 2 here. Finally, Klay gets really hung up on this big wide screen. Gordon blows by, and Looney has to switch to pick him up. Looney makes a beautiful play, just a nice slap down on the ball, and that makes Gordon vomit up the ball. Our man GP2 here to pick up the vomit, I guess. Another simple pick and roll. Jokic setting the screen for Monte Morris. Draymond back in the game. A lot of the Denver game plan boils down to get Draymond off of Jokic, or if you can't do that, at least get some space between these guys. In this play, Draymond freely switches off of Jokic. GP2 switches onto Jokic, which is a huge mismatch for Jokic, right? Yes, but there's less than 3 seconds on the shot clock, and so Draymond knows it, and he just stays in Morris's face. Respect to Gary Payton II. He is boxing the hell out of this guy. He's just keeping Jokic out of the circle until Klay can sneak in and grab this rebound. Basic but effective play. Klay just curls around Draymond, dribble handoff. His defender's trailing, so Jokic has to switch. And Klay, he knows that Jokic has 5 fouls, so it's pretty tough for Jokic to contest his shot. So Klay just blows by. This guy's never going to leave Steph. This guy does leave Gary Payton II, but I think if you're going to leave the corner, you got to rotate harder to stop this drive. I think Klay just surprised everyone by going all the way to the basket. Steph and Dre making hand motions for GP2 to come up and set a screen for Steph because Jokic is guarding GP2. Draymond a second time making hand motions saying, hey, you got to come up here and set a screen. Jeff Green over here does not want Jokic to come up and defend this screen and roll. He's going to tell Jokic, I volunteer as tribute. I've got a plan to save you. When GP2 comes up to set the screen, I'm going to switch on to him. No, Jokic, you stay. Now Draymond wants Jeff Green to stay with him. So Jokic has wandered way up high here. If Jeff Green really does go up with GP2, then Steph could, in theory, lob it over to Draymond near the basket, or Draymond could try to seal. So Jeff Green says, oh, well, okay, hang on. Emergency. Plan's off. Sorry, man. You're on your own. GP2, he's like, do I go up and set the screen, or maybe I'll set a pin down for you, Klay? And Klay says, no, man. We look at his hand motions. He's saying, you got to go and set a screen for Steph. Quick give and go. Throw to GP2. Steph runs off him, gets the handoff. Defender trailing. Jokic has to step up to contest Steph's pull-up 3. Steph just a slight hesitation. Jokic setting a screen on Steph, saying, oh, Steph is going to get hung up on the screen and he'll switch to me and then we can exploit this. But Steph says, if you're going to set the screen way up high like this, I'm just going to go under the screen and I'll meet you on the other side. And then Steph, sticking with the game plan, the Warriors for the most part have been icing these side pick and rolls. So when you think there's going to be a pick and roll going middle, Steph's job is to force this guy away from middle so that he has to go this way and Draymond can try to contain him there. Morris just has to bail out and say, all right, MVP, just 7 the shot clock. Good luck, my man. You versus Draymond. Jokic does a really good job of attacking right on the catch. Draymond completely in his face. Lots of leverage game bouncing against each other. Jokic with the awkward off-foot fade away push shot. Steph being faced with the shining defense. Play with us, Steph, forever and ever and ever. Steph throws his way out of the double team. Can GP2 find the open man? In case you're wondering where the open man is, Klay flashing the signposts, saying, hey, my man Otto is open over there. Otto putting up his hand. Hi, kids. I'm open. GP2 throw it to Klay. And Klay says, fine, we'll just do a relay right over to OP. This is a very open shot, and the Nuggets just get lucky. Draymond talked about on his podcast that he has to stay connected to Jokic, just put his body on Jokic and don't give him any room. Jokic tries to make room by pivoting, and that's just enough room. Draymond with his long arm contesting this shot. This is pretty much an unblockable shot. Gorgeous jumper from the elbow. Jokic is guarding GP2, so GP2 sets the screen. Jokic is in contained position. Aaron Gordon goes with Steph. No one ever got fired for following Steph Curry. GP2 with the well-timed roll here, and Steph with just a nice pocket pass. And now GP2 is running a 4-on-3. We do have an open man over here, but GP2 says, hey, I also see an open basket over here, and just a beautiful slicing layup here. There's GP2's dad, who seems to be having a long heart attack. Yeah, I kind of feel for poor Jokic here. Monte Morris and Jokic seem to have different ideas about what this play should be. Jokic has been waving, I think, for Morris to come up or something like that. And Morris just keeps on pointing this way, and he ends up just wandering that away. They're just saying, no, yeah, look, something should be happening over here. And Morris is pointing. I think Monte Morris thinks that it's going to be a high pick and roll, and Jokic thinks something else should be happening. And Jokic is waving, saying, no, 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 come over here. And then finally it's like, forget about it, man. Look at his body language. Fine. I'll set this pick, all right? Steph goes into ice mode, so he's trying to force the ball handler away from the middle and to drive him into the loving arms of Draymond. Steph stays with Barton. Well, Draymond did not trust, so he sank all the way in. I like these little choppy steps Draymond has coming up to Jokic. Jokic has been shot faking Draymond all series, so I think Draymond is saying, I don't care, I'm not going up for this shot unless I see your feet leave the ground. Jokic attacks the closeout. I think he thinks that Klay is going to have to rotate to stop this drive. So he spins and he throws this kind of sick backwards pass to Gordon, but Klay's onto this. He never got out of position, and he trusted that Draymond could handle Jokic on his own. Klay is just bottling up. Aaron Gordon not giving an inch. And this is pretty unfortunate. Aaron Gordon throws the release pass. You know, even if it had been a good pass, what are you going to do with 2 seconds on the clock? But this just goes to nobody. This ball bounced over half court, so no one human had any chance at catching that ball. Denver has Aaron Gordon guarding Steph. Denver had put Aaron Gordon on Jordan Poole the last couple of games, and Gordon had done a pretty good job of containing Poole, so I think they're saying, all right, try Steph. But unfortunately for Denver, Steph has many more years of experience dealing with really physical, athletic defenders. So when Steph has Aaron Gordon on ISO here, GP2 says, all right, are we going to attack Jokic again? He's coming up ready to set the screen, but Steph says, no, man, I'm good. He just says, stop that. If they're going to sick Aaron Gordon on me, I can do this. So Steph just blows by Aaron Gordon and then slows down to try to put Aaron Gordon on his back. He's coming down the lane, and I think he's really inviting this contact with Jokic. Jokic wants no piece of this. He just wants to scare Steph into changing a shot. And once Jokic gets in there, Steph is knifing his way in there, and Jokic just manages to turn and melt away and avoid the contact. Barton is going to turn as if he's going to get some kind of pin-in screen to pop out to the corner for 3. Steph, you can see him signaling to Klay, hey, look out. Klay steps out to stop any kind of pass coming through. In the meantime, the pick and roll is unfolded. Jokic sprinting into a surprise quick roll here. Nice pocket pass. Klay is the only one who can rotate, and he was just distracted enough by this action to be a half step behind. And with this little bit of space and this kind of momentum, Jokic throws in a really nice runner. The Warriors have their own problems getting this play set up. Steph yelling at Klay that he has to come up here instead of being down the baseline. Lots of jiggles there, but Klay gets the message. Horn's ambush play, where Klay looks like he's going to come up and set a screen for Steph, but then he's going to peel off, and GP2 is going to set the screen for Steph, surprise on the backside. But while that's happening, Klay is going to sneak around and get this hammer screen. Okay, so there's the fake screen, and then here comes the ambush screen. In the meantime, Klay booking it to try to make his appointment with a open corner three. Draymond's ready. Barton calling for the switch. Klay going to the corner. Denver misplays this switch. Barton and Morris go to Klay. So Draymond slips to the basket. Good dish from Klay. Good rotation from Jeff Green. Jeff Green is just scary enough, I guess. It's hard to say. It looks to me like Draymond could have dunked this. Maybe he felt Jeff Green could just foul the bejesus out of him, and now he'll be having to hit these pressure free throws, and, GP2 has been hitting everything, and he's completely open here. So I'm not going to say this is a completely bad play, but it does kind of look like a dunk. Probably better just to take that open three, but he fires it to Wiggins in the corner, who is open, but Jeff Green rotating well, so Wiggins says, all right, go for it, my man. And he throws it right onto GP2's right foot, so this looks like a disaster of a play. Steph coming around saying, I'll bail you out, man. Aaron Gordon says, no way, man. I'm not going to let you get this pass through to Steph. Jeff Green here seems willing to live with GP2 firing up the three, and he's just going to have to live with Payton making a three. And that's the shot of the game. Yeah, there's his dad, still in the middle of a 48-minute long heart attack. Quick pick and roll. Jokic sets the screen by pushing GP2. Immediately slips. GP2 rotates. Draymond here to contain the shot. So huge mismatch if they can get the ball through. But GP2 is here. Looks like he's trying to bait the pass in. This dying quail of a pass. GP2, he haikus this out of the way, but unfortunately for him, it goes right back to Jokic. And Jokic says, thank you very much. GP2 comes up to try to force Jokic to switch on to Steph. But interestingly, I think Steph was thinking, you know what, they've been double teaming me. No matter what happens on this play, these guys are going to blitz me. If they blitz me up here at half court and GP2 runs this 4-on-3, then Monte Morris will really leave Draymond all alone to take this shot. So instead, I'm going to accept the double team, and we'll try to get a better angle to take advantage of the double team. So we have Gordon following Steph, Jokic following Steph, Monte Morris back here in case Steph blows by. Steph tries to be clever and does a quick give and go with Draymond and an instant relocate, which unfortunately, these people seem to be familiar with Steph Curry. Jokic is pointing right at him. Morris and Gordon double teaming Steph on the sideline here. There's only 6 on the shot clock. I don't know if Steph looked at that last play and thought, my guys seem a little gun shy about shooting. Maybe I just have to take this myself and use up the entire clock. So Steph keeps on probing. He takes this little screen from Draymond. Just really clever stuff from Steph. Here he uses this little brush screen from Draymond to get Aaron Gordon on his back. Monte Morris tries to cut Steph off, but he lets Steph get a little bit around him, and then now this is trouble. Even though this looks like a triple team on Steph, 3 men looking at him, as soon as Steph can turn the corner, then Monte Morris is going to be setting a friendly fire screen on Aaron Gordon, and Steph knows he can beat Monte Morris around the corner, and he knows that Jokic has 5 fouls and he can't really contest this. So this triple team is really a single team and not a very good one once Steph turns the corner. And here Jokic knows he can't risk his 6th foul, but I don't know, maybe on this play he should have risked his 6th foul because this was going to be a game-sealing layup. Not many good choices for Jokic. Alright, time for a quick celebration audit after Steph's series-sealing layup. We've got our guy Juanito wandering around high-fiving everyone. Good one. Damian Lee off the bench. Good reflexes. Also giving some high fives. Got Otto Porter Jr. going with the Obi-Wan Kenobi, I am revealing myself and looking at you because you are pretty sweet. Look, I like this. Come on, Looney. He's the only one doing the real traditional celebration where Steph had that beautiful lefty finish, and Kavan is going to be wiggling his left hand fingers. Draymond seems to be coaching up GP2 here. He might have had an opinion about what GP2 should have been doing on that play. And, okay. Yeah, our guy, Nemanja Bjelica. You know what I'm going to go with? I'm going to go with he's walking out like one of those secret agents. You know, when there's like a big explosion behind you and you're just walking out all cool. So just imagine there's like a gigantic explosion behind Bjelica. Yeah, that actually is way cooler.